This isn't a conspiracy theory. This isn't a blurry photo or a story from a stranger. The footage I'm about to tell you about was released by the Pentagon on purpose. In 2004, some of the most highly trained pilots in the world chased something over the Pacific Ocean. Something that, by everything we understand about physics, should not have been able to do what it did. And here's the part that still gets me. After all these years, the investigations, the hearings, the official reports, the United States government's honest answer is simply, we don't know what it was. Stay with me, because the we don't know is the whole story. You're watching Mostly Empty. Small channel, big universe. We slow things down and look at the things that quietly make you wonder. Tonight, the Tic Tac. It's November 2004. Off the coast of California, a group of US Navy ships is running a routine training exercise. At the center is the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz. Just another day at sea. But for about 2 weeks, one of the ships, a cruiser called the Princeton, had been picking up something strange on its radar. One of the most advanced radar systems on the planet. Objects, dozens of them, over the days, appearing at 80,000 feet, far higher than normal aircraft fly, then dropping to 20,000 feet in a matter of seconds, then hovering, then shooting away. Nothing they knew of could move like that. The crew actually recalibrated their equipment twice, assuming it had to be a glitch. It wasn't. So on November 14th, when 2 fighter jets happened to be in the air nearby, the Princeton vectored them in to take a look. Leading them was a Navy commander named David Fravor, an experienced, level-headed pilot, not the kind of man prone to seeing things. As he approached the spot, he noticed something below him. The ocean was churning, a patch of water frothing white, as if something just beneath the surface was disturbing it. And hovering above that disturbance was an object. It was white, smooth, about 40 feet long, shaped, in his own words, like a giant Tic Tac. No wings, no windows, no exhaust, no visible way of producing lift or thrust at all. It was just there, bobbing in the air, darting erratically like nothing he had ever seen. Fravor began to spiral down toward it, carefully, to get a closer look. And then the object did something strange. It seemed to notice him. It started to mirror his movements, rising as he circled, as if the two of them were aware of each other. So he cut across to get underneath it, and in an instant, it was gone. Not flew away, gone, accelerating faster than anything he had ever witnessed, vanishing in less than a second. Now here's the detail that turns a strange sighting into something genuinely hard to explain. Seconds later, the radar on the Princeton picked the object back up at their prearranged meeting point, 60 miles away. 60 miles in a few seconds, an acceleration that would tear a human pilot apart and that no known aircraft on Earth can perform. A short time later, another jet managed to capture it on its infrared camera. A small, featureless shape, holding steady, then sliding away to the left and shooting off. That clip would later become one of the most famous pieces of video in the world. And then, for 13 years, almost nothing. The pilots filed their reports. The footage was filed away, and the world had no idea any of it had happened. Then, in 2017, the New York Times published a story. It revealed 2 things at once: the videos, including that infrared clip, and the existence of a secret program inside the Pentagon that had quietly been studying these encounters for years. This was no longer late-night radio. This was the paper of record and the Department of Defense. In 2020, the Pentagon did something it had never done before. It officially released the videos and confirmed they were real. In 2021, a government report looked at more than 140 similar incidents and could explain almost none of them. And in 2022, the US Congress held its first open hearings on the subject in over 50 years. They even changed the name. Not UFOs anymore. UAP, Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. A quiet admission that this deserved to be taken seriously. So, what was the Tic Tac? And this is the part where I have to be honest with you, because the truth is more interesting than any easy answer. We don't know, and we don't know does not mean aliens. It could have been a sensor error across multiple systems. It could have been secret technology, ours or someone else's. It could be something we genuinely don't have a category for yet. What we can say is this: multiple trained military pilots saw it. Multiple separate instruments, radar, infrared, human eyes recorded it. And the government, after looking carefully, admitted it couldn't explain it. That's rare. That almost never happens. We like to believe we have the sky mapped, that everything up there has a label, an explanation, a file somewhere. But every now and then, something drifts across our most advanced instruments and reminds us how much is still genuinely unknown. Not in some distant galaxy, right here, just off our own coast. You don't have to believe anything extraordinary to find that thrilling. You just have to be honest about one thing. We are still surrounded by mysteries we cannot yet explain. That's all from Mostly Empty tonight. If sitting with a good unanswered question is your kind of evening, there are more quiet mysteries waiting for you here. A new one every week. Keep looking up and stay curious.